This is Top 30. Coming up, researchers say bathroom hand dryers are posing health risks. Les Moonves is stepping down following new sexual assault allegations. And you can get paid to live in Mexico? Welcome to the show. I'm Kristen Smith, and here are 30 things you need to know right now. Summer's ending soon, but for much of the U.S., termite season is just heating up. This month, authorities for the state of Georgia urged residents to be careful about spraying foam insulation in their houses. Officials said while the treatment is popular for energy efficiency, it can also hide the signs of termites. Realtor.com reports many home insurance policies don't cover the damage. One Maryland couple is suing after they ended up with a $200,000 repair bill for their new home. Every year, termites cause about $5 billion in property damage. Experts say prevention is key. The most common species need moisture to survive, so repairing leaky faucets and pipes can make your home less attractive to termites. Also, remove dying trees and stumps from the property. The dead wood is an invitation to pests. Trim healthy trees to keep branches away from the house. Termites can use them as a pathway to get inside. Because of the chemicals needed to kill termites, the only way to treat them is to call a professional. While Les Moonves is out at CBS after 6 more women came forward accusing the CEO of sexual harassment, bringing the total number of women now to 12. The once respected exec was slated to exit with a severance package around $180 million. But now he's leaving with nothing until an investigation into the claims is completed. $20 million is being donated to the Me Too movement. Moonves calls the latest allegations untrue. And John Legend hit a career milestone when he took home an Emmy for his production of Jesus Christ Superstar, giving him the coveted EGOT status. His wife, Chrissy Teigen, shared a video of John adding the Emmy to his collection of Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Awards. John makes history as the youngest person ever to achieve EGOT status at just 39 years old, and he's the only African-American man to ever win all 4 awards. And finally, check this out. These two guys battled for 30 minutes before nabbing this massive 750-pound alligator in Florida. At 12 feet long, the guys said they were more scared than happy once they got it, and it took them 4 hours just to get back to shore with it. All right, now let's go to the New York Stock Exchange for our Fox Business Minute with Nicole Petalides. Nicole, Nike's new ad is in the news again.
That's right, Kristen. Nike's online sales jumped 31% after unveiling its controversial Colin Kaepernick ad. It's surprising to some, given the calls to boycott the company. Investors may get a better idea of how the ad affected sales on September 25th when Nike reports its quarterly results. And frozen dinners are making a comeback. In fact, sales of microwavable meals are rising at the fastest pace in a decade. The pickup in sales of frozen meals comes as companies have been changing the ingredients and the packaging used. No diploma, no problem. More and more companies are dropping college degree requirements for new hires.
Okay, which companies are doing the hiring?
Companies include Google, Nordstrom, Bank of America, Ernst & Young, IBM, and Apple. The changes are coming as job seekers consider whether college is worth that skyrocketing cost.
Good to know. Thanks, Nicole. Danielle Knox from Fox 35 Orlando has what you need to know today. So, Danielle, there's one pricey device many millennials just have to have.
Hi, Kristen. Well, this is incredible. 28 million people say it is worth going into debt to get the new iPhone. This according to a new Wallet Hub survey. A large portion of that group are millennials. The researchers say many young people don't care that debt is expensive. They say their cell phone has a bigger impact on their day-to-day lives. They're not worried about debt, but new research finds Facebook should be worried about more people leaving the social media site. More than 40% of users have taken some kind of break in the past year. Nearly a quarter of those surveyed have deleted it from their phones, and most of the users ditching Facebook are younger, between 18 and 29. Well, weddings can be expensive, and apparently it all starts with the invitations. Wedding experts at The Knot say the average American wedding costs about $33,000, and even moderately priced invitations can run $1,000 for a wedding with 150 guests. But some call invitations the classic open your wallet item for couples and guests because it sets the tone for the wedding and gets the bride and groom to spend more money on the wedding and gets guests to spend more money on the gifts. And that's what you need to know. And Kristen, to quote J-Lo, I guess your love does cost a thing.
Yeah, just thinking about my own wedding, all those expenses really add up. But it was worth it. I will say that. Thanks, Danielle. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Top 30. A homeless Good Samaritan will finally get the money that was raised for him after a good deed turned into a legal dispute. In 2017, Kate McClure ran out of gas on I-95 outside of Philadelphia. A homeless veteran, Johnny Bobbitt, walked to a service station and used his last $20 to buy gas for McClure. McClure then started a GoFundMe campaign looking for 10 grand to help Bobbitt out. The campaign brought in over $402,000. But in a lawsuit filed this month, Bobbitt says he's only gotten around 75 grand. He alleges the rest has been spent by McClure and her boyfriend, Mark D'Amico. After being ordered to account for the remaining money, their lawyer said it was gone. Then New Jersey police executed a search warrant at the couple's home, where they towed away a late model BMW. GoFundMe says it will pay Bobbitt the balance owed. A statement says GoFundMe's goal has always been to ensure Johnny gets support he deserves. The couple hasn't been charged and denies misspending the funds. All right, it's time now for Royal Watch with our royal commentator, Victoria Arbiter. Hi, Victoria.
Good to be with you, Kristen.
Well, the rumor mill is a churning, and I hear that we have another royal baby on the way. True or false?
Well, I think it might be a little premature yet, Kristen. Sorry about that. But yes, rumors are swirling that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex might be expecting. And I think this is because of their attendance at the 100 Days to Peace Gala concert in London on Thursday night. Meghan chose to wear a royal blue sheath dress by favourite designer Jason Wu, but from some angles, the detailed ruffling on the front of the dress gave the impression that a baby might be on board. Now, Harry and Meghan have made no secret of their desire to start a family, but I think we're going to be waiting a little while longer.
Okay, speaking of royal kids, Prince George is back at school, but we haven't seen any pictures yet.
We were all hoping to get a glimpse of him on his first day of school. William and Kate did release adorable pictures last year, but they're trying to ensure his privacy, so no pictures this year. But he's continuing ballet classes, which may come in handy. Royals are often called upon to show off their dancing skills, perhaps most famously Princess Diana at the White House in 1985 with John Travolta.
Victoria, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, moving right along. According to a new study, restroom hand dryers have an unintended health risk. Dryers that remove water from wet hands with blasts of hot air are also spreading germs all over the restroom. Scientists in the UK, France, and Italy teamed up for what they say is the largest study of how germs spread from hand drying. Their findings were so alarming, they say the dryers shouldn't be used in hospitals. That's because many of the bacteria they found could cause infections like pneumonia or blood poisoning. Some were even resistant to antibiotics, like MRSA. Across the study, the concentration of germs was significantly higher in restrooms with jet air hand dryers than in other bathrooms using paper towels. In some cases, the bathrooms using hand dryers had 5 times as many bacteria on the floor. Part of the problem is people not washing their hands properly. But the researchers also say that the dryers create an aerosol of bacteria, contaminating surfaces. The team says that because paper towels absorb water and bacteria, they have less potential to spread germs. More Top 30 after this. Welcome back. In the movie Legally Blonde, Elle Woods famously said, "Exercise gives you endorphins. Endorphins make you happy." But just how much exercise does it take to get those happy feelings? Cody Goff, host of the Curiosity Daily podcast, joins us from his studio with the answer. Hi, Cody.
That's right, Kristen. Researchers from Yale and Oxford just published the biggest ever study on the link between exercise and mental health. Lots of studies have shown that the flood of endorphins you get from physical activity is good for your mental health, but how much exercise does it take to make a difference? For this study, researchers looked at 3 years of data on 1.2 million American adults. They concluded that people who exercised had 40% better mental health than people who didn't exercise. The biggest mood boosters were team sports, followed by cycling, aerobics, and running. But even household chores were associated with a 10% reduction in the number of bad mental health days a person had in the last month. The researchers say you'll get the most bang for your buck if you exercise for about 30 to 60 minutes, 3 to 5 times a week. That's a total of 2 to 6 hours a week. More or less than that is still helpful, just not optimal. So get moving. Your brain will thank you. Kristen?
What a good motivator to get to the gym. Thanks, Cody. By the way, you can check out more on Curiosity.com. Okay, I know I can't live without my coffee every day, and it turns out 64% of people feel the same way, which is why we have today's Top 30 steal, a Primula cold brew bundle at a special 47% discount. This bundle includes a cold brew coffee maker and a travel brewer, so you can have great coffee at home or on the go. They're both really easy to use. You just add coffee grounds and water and then let them sit for 24 hours. Cold brewing extracts the flavor compounds from your coffee and gives you a richer taste. Plus, cold brew coffee is 65% less acidic than regular coffee. And the best part? All of the pieces are dishwasher safe. The Primula cold brew coffee bundle retails for $55. But today you can buy it for just $29. That's a 47% discount. And you can get this right now at morningsave.com while they last. All right, still ahead, more than 2,000 people ended up in the emergency room last year, all because of pizza. And even though Christmas is still months away, the decorations have already arrived. Don't go anywhere. Top 30 will be right back. In today's Hometown Stories from Fox 46 Charlotte, when West Boulevard Ministry founder Bart Noonan was honored with VIP tickets to a local NASCAR race for his selfless work in the community, he felt that one family in his congregation deserved the gift much more than he did. So he brought in NASCAR driver Justin Allgaier to surprise the Allen family, not just to give them the tickets, but to invite them to be alongside him at his next NASCAR race. The Allen family has dealt with their share of financial and emotional struggles, and now thanks to Bart's generosity, they'll get to take their mind off their struggles and have some fun. In our next story from Fox 13 Tampa Bay, the mobile market truck in Tampa prides itself on its all-inclusive staff, helping people with disabilities support themselves, while simultaneously providing low-cost fruits and vegetables to the underprivileged areas around Tampa Bay.
It's really a win-win situation for us because we get to bring additional food out into the community.
And in our final story from Fox 35 Orlando, 8-year-old Christian Redmond had a special plan when he asked to set up a lemonade stand. He wanted to help his friend Silas, who's battling cancer. So to help, Christian's mom, Dawn, reached out to their local Home Depot. But they didn't just give them the supplies they needed to make the stand. They handed them a professionally built lemonade stand, all free of charge. So now with the help of social media, people from all around the country are helping Christian in his goal to support his friend. Welcome back to Top 30. Americans end up in the emergency room every day with real life-threatening issues, but sometimes it was just a bad run-in with the pizza. That's right. Last year, 2,300 people checked into the ER with pizza-related injuries. Of course, the obvious comes to mind, burns from a hot pizza pan or maybe cuts from slicing the pizza. But the injuries don't stop there. According to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, many people were hurt by slipping and falling while carrying pizza. Or here's the one that got me, falling out of bed while reaching for a slice. Joe Galbo from the CPSC says you can prevent a pizza injury by wearing personal protective equipment, like oven mitts or an apron. But more importantly, he says to make sure you're eating pizza in a manner that won't lead to injury. Okay, I knew avocado hand was a thing, but I never really paid attention to safety while eating pizza. Talk about food for thought. All right, sometimes newsrooms get story suggestions from their viewers, and one young person wrote into Fox 29 in Philadelphia asking them to do a segment on an inspirational person in her life. Well, Mike Jarek from Fox 29 joins us now to talk about it. Hi, Mike.
All right, Kristen, I got a letter from a 12-year-old viewer from over in New Jersey. She says, Mike, you should do a story about my karate coach. His name is Mark Moore.
There's a lot of self-discipline that he teaches us that make us better people.
I tell the kids, guys, I'm not a champion in martial arts. I've actually never won a world title. I'm not a rock star athlete, but what I will tell you is I'm a champion in life. I got great friendships. I help other people. I get a chance to give back.
So a big thank you to 12-year-old Kirsten Bradford over in Jersey. It was nice to meet your karate coach, Mark, and it just reminded me we do so many negative stories. It's nice to meet somebody positive because there are plenty of positive people out there that we could showcase a little more often.
And it was great to hear her story. Thanks, Mike. Well, are you in the market for a new car? Luxury car brands are seeing sales fall, and premium pickup trucks may be partly to blame. Once a vehicle for construction, pickups have been making a push for the high end, introducing features like ventilated seats, wooden accents, and massive touchscreens. One executive said, now it's a truck people can use every day, whether you're going to the grocery store or camping with your family, or hauling your $100,000 boat to the Hamptons. Such changes have boosted sales. August was the Ford F-Series best since 2005. Deliveries of Ram pickups were also up a third. This while BMW sales ticked up just 1%, and Lexus and Mercedes saw monthly sales dip 8% and 20%. Even worse than declining sales, roughly 1 in 7 Ford F-150 and GMC Sierra buyers this year traded in luxury cars to make the purchase. Experts say once converted to trucks, drivers are unlikely to go back. All right, if you spend your day chained to a desk longing for adventure, have we found the job for you? The luxury resort chain Vedanta will pay one lucky person to spend the year traveling through Mexico. From Acapulco and Los Cabos to Nuevo Vallarta, the site of Vedanta's most expensive hotel. The new social media influencer will be paid $120,000 to create engaging content that inspires travelers around the world. And according to one exec, the perks are endless. The lucky applicant will fully immerse themselves in each of our resort destinations, from uncovering ancient Mayan ruins to discovering the hottest new restaurants. Ideal candidates should have sales experience, be good with people, and not mind relocating to Mexico. If getting paid 6 figures to swim with whale sharks, taste tequila, and watch the sunset sounds good to you, applications are open through October 21st. Top 30, we'll be right back. Welcome back. We're also busy these days. It can be tough to find a quiet moment. But one bar in Houston, Texas is getting its customers to sit back and relax. Coco Dominguez from Fox 26 in Houston joins us now with more. Hey, Coco.
Hi, Kristen. When I walked into La Carafe near downtown Houston, I was instantly transported to a simpler time. No credit cards here, only cash is accepted. Built in 1845, this place is the oldest commercial building in the city, and they like to focus on a simpler time when cell phones and social media didn't rule the world.
It feels timeless in here. You sit and there's not many places you go where everybody's bustle and rustle and time goes so fast, and I like the feeling of the time going slow.
Patrons who have visited the bar for decades say the slow pace and history on the walls is what keeps them coming back. A nice reminder that the newest spot in town isn't always the best option. Back to you, Kristen.
Yeah, and it seems like this place is a hidden gem in Houston. Thanks, Coco. All right, moving right along, Vancouver implemented some new rules when it comes to Airbnb rentals, and it seems to have helped level out the city's overall rental prices. The popular Canadian destination wanted to cut down on the number of homes rented out to tourists, so they ruled that homeowners could only offer their primary residence for short-term rentals, and a $49 per year license is required. And don't think about skipping out on the license or trying to use the same license number for multiple properties. Fines can reach up to $1,000 per day. The new regulation only just started on September 1st, and already the number of listings has been cut by nearly half, going from 6,600 in April to just 3,742 this month. And while other big Canadian cities like Toronto and Montreal saw the average cost of a one-bedroom rental go up between 14% and 15% in the last 12 months, Vancouver's average rental prices have fallen. Toronto passed similar regulations in January that haven't yet gone into effect. Well, it's hard to believe, but this year marks the 17th anniversary of the September 11th terrorist attacks. Nearly 3,000 people died on that tragic day. But for many of the first responders who bravely rushed into harm's way, they could have never anticipated the years of struggle that would lie ahead. More than 10,000 first responders who were in the World Trade Center have since been diagnosed with cancer, and over 2,000 people have died from 9/11-related diseases. By the end of 2018, experts predict that number will surpass the total number of people who died on the actual day of the attacks. The average age of a 9/11 first responder is 55, and while more people are diagnosed with cancer as they age, the rates of some cancers are up 30% among 9/11 first responders compared to the general population. Medical experts say this could be caused by toxic exposure from the rubble and debris left behind by the fallen towers, including toxins like melting steel, asbestos, jet fuel, and pulverized concrete. Over 90,000 people have reported exposure to toxic chemicals from the 9/11 attacks. Top 30, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Top 30. Christmas is still more than 100 days away, but the decorations have already arrived. Stores are in a hurry to start profiting off the holidays. Halloween decorations were out before Labor Day. Did you notice? Now we're already starting to see Christmas stuff too, and it's still technically summer. This has been dubbed the holiday creep, and it's getting earlier every year. Personally, I don't think it's ever too soon to get into the holiday spirit, but buyer beware. You risk paying more when you buy decorations this early. Things get cheaper the closer you get to the holiday. Happy shopping, and that's it for today's show. Thanks for joining us. Here's what's coming up on the next Top 30. Emergency vet bills can be costly. We'll have tips to protect your pet and your budget. Plus, these golfers are getting food deliveries in the middle of the course. And why this Starbucks staff is the first of its kind. You can also listen to today's biggest stories on the Top 30 podcast. It's all coming up on the next Top 30.